And welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube's history. This is the dynamic Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe with the latest backstage news, rumors, and developments as it concerns WrestleMania 32, the WWE's plan, where they want to go, and who is going to be positioned where on the card. John Cena, Sting, Triple H, The Rock, and all that contained, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Go check out their content right now and go subscribe to them. Vince McMahon reportedly has decided on the 6 top matches for next year's WrestleMania 32 pay-per-view already. We don't know specifics yet, but the Wrestling Observer newsletter notes that Daniel Bryan is not figured into those plans because there's still no word on if he will be able to wrestle. Apparently, Sting versus The Undertaker is not happening next year after all. Well, if it's not going to happen next year, it's never going to happen. Vince is said to be negative on the idea of that match, but WWE does have other plans for Sting coming up. Yeah, because, are you just going to utilize Sting once at WrestleMania and then not use him and then he just drops off the radar? How can you not have plans for Sting? Sting is also a possibility for the 2016 Hall of Fame as he lives in the Dallas area now. It was also said that John Cena's match for WrestleMania 32 is a lock, but we don't know the opponent yet. Vince is reportedly looking at doing The Rock and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, or 2 singles matches with the same competitors, or just The Rock versus Triple H as the main event. Obviously, there are several factors in trying to make those matches happen, as the Observer pointed out that The Rock and Rousey's boss, Dana White, are in more control of the main event than Vince McMahon is. Now listen, just for nostalgia purposes, we want to see Sting versus The Undertaker. Why is Vince McMahon not going to give us that? We want to see Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. Why is Vince McMahon not going to give us that? At this stage, again, we could see Sheamus versus Brock Lesnar main event in WrestleMania because Sheamus just has control of the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm not so sure if this WrestleMania is going to be the biggest of all time as it concerns the match card or the greatest of all time. Sure, they may have 100,000 people in Arlington, Texas, for this event, and it might, break records. It may be groundbreaking. It may be astronomical. But the bottom line is this needs to be a strong card, and the storylines need to be a hell of a lot better than it was last year. And Sting better damnly well be on the card for WrestleMania, and he damnly well better win the match. And as it concerns The Undertaker, where's plans for The Undertaker? There's not even anything about The Undertaker. You got the top 6 matches for next year's WrestleMania are locked in, and we don't even know who John Cena's opponent is going to be. Obviously, we know John Cena's going to be a part of it. And what about Randy Orton? How come Randy Orton isn't figured into these plans? Or what about Dean Ambrose? Or what about Roman Reigns? How can you not have something set up for those guys? It's pretty much a lock that Austin isn't going to be performing at WrestleMania. I don't know. I'm not so sure about those top 6 matches, and those 6 matches may not be stellar, and it may just be decent. I don't know what the WWE is doing. I don't know the logic, and this is why ratings are down. This is why ticket sales are down. This is why buys are down. This is why the WWE Network subscriptions are down. This is why, it's just poor planning. The logic here, how can you not put Sting versus The Undertaker? Your one last chance, your one last opportunity, and you're not going to do it. Out of touch, out of tune, out of mind, out of sight. Pilot mode. Subscribe with your comments, your opinions. I don't know what to think about this. Maybe I got to sit back, think about what the WWE is really trying to do here. What's the projections? Subscribe. Oh, whoa. And as we always know that WWE can change plans anyways. So maybe things could look a lot better, later on. Subscribe.